Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the processional.
Good afternoon. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of Texas at Dallas. I'm Juan Gonzalez, and as Graduate Dean, it is my honor to welcome all of you, doctoral candidates, faculty mentors, family, and friends, to this very special hooding ceremony. Doctoral candidates, you have achieved a major milestone. Today you move from being one of our students to one of our colleagues. This is a tremendous accomplishment, and I congratulate you on it. You have achieved this milestone not only because of your intellectual talent, but because in the face of all of life's obstacles, you have stayed determined and completed an important piece of original research. You show faith in yourselves and in the importance of your ideas. You exercise self-discipline, made personal sacrifices, and your degree is a true recognition of this perseverance. It has been my privilege to be part of your academic journey, and I wish you the very best in your future endeavors. It is now my pleasure to call our president, Dr. Benson, to the podium to add his words of welcome.
Thank you, Dean Gonzalez, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to UT Dallas. Before I turn my attention to the graduates, I want to acknowledge the work of my colleagues as we conclude this academic semester and prepare for the start of a new one. And thank you for all that you have done on behalf of UTD and our students. So thank you to all of the mentors here in the room. And now to the stars of the day. Congratulations to each and every one of you. A job well done. Our hooding ceremony is designed to acknowledge the accomplishment of our students and to publicly honor the family and friends who helped make this milestone possible. So graduates, please join me in thanking these very important people who are here today, your family and your friends, and they certainly also share in your accomplishments today. So. More than 50 years ago, our founders began an experiment in providing higher education with a unique and innovative academic experience. And we are here today because of our founders' vision and because of their dedication to learning. The very first graduates of UT Dallas were all PhD students, an achievement that connects them with you in a most special way. And I know that this is an incredibly important day for everyone, including for us at UT Dallas. The work that you undertook here has benefited our university in more ways than you know. Few journeys are as intense, exhilarating, exhausting, satisfying as the pursuit of a doctoral degree. Becoming a top expert in the field and adding something new to the body of knowledge is an achievement that very few achieve, but you did. Your passion and perseverance have led to this day and this moment when you will receive the academic hood that signifies your accomplishment. The scholarly pursuits by the honored graduates that are gathered in a room today extend well beyond our campus proper. Collectively, you have made us healthier and safer, our lives happier and more manageable, and our communities better. Your work is also a legacy. It becomes the foundation for future scholarship that will lead to countless other innovations. In other words, your work here at UT Dallas will live on. Graduates, today we celebrate your completion of this tremendous goal, but even greater things are on the horizon, and I, for one, am excited to see what comes next for you. I have one request. Don't stop being a scholar. Continue to hew to the responsibilities that your degree confers. Continue to ask questions, to be guided by evidence, to expand the boundaries of human understanding. Your bright minds have never been needed more, and I'm so very proud of you and grateful. Thank you for choosing UT Dallas for your graduate studies. Thank you for helping our faculty become better scholars themselves. And thank you in advance for representing the very best of UT Dallas throughout your careers. And finally, welcome to the community of scholars. Whoosh. And now I will return the podium to Provost Inga Musselman.
Thank you, President Benson, and good afternoon, graduates. Until today, you have been our students, and now you are our colleagues. Think about that for a second. Think about what an accomplishment this is. Your development as a scholar is just one of the reasons why this is a day of celebration for our esteemed faculty, and indeed, the entire UT Dallas community. First, we applaud your talent. You don't reach the level of education you have attained without knowing your subject matter inside and out. Second, we acknowledge your exceptional mastery of an academic field. Through scholarship, research, and creative endeavors, you have made original contributions to human knowledge. Finally, we admire your commitment and perseverance, despite the many sacrifices earning a doctorate demands. Your family, friends, and mentors deserve to be commended too. Your sacrifice often became their sacrifice. As you probably know, UT Dallas is a Tier 1 research institution, which means it is one of the preeminent universities of innovation and entrepreneurship in the United States. We know research, we understand it. Many of us on the stage and in our faculty have done it for years and continue to do it today. Thus, we also know one of the key characteristics of doctoral research is uncertainty. Throughout your studies, you have had to learn how to plan and execute experiments, as well as how to critically analyze data and primary sources. As you move forward in your careers and in your lives, I urge you to continue the habits you have mastered during this journey. But I'll take it one step further. I urge you to pursue a healthy curiosity about all subjects, not just the ones in your field of expertise. Before you head down whatever path you choose, however, stop and think about what you've accomplished. Celebrate this day. Circle it on the calendar of your life. It is never to be forgotten. Congratulations. I would like to now introduce some of the other members of the stage party, beginning with the deans. And as I call your names, if you would please stand and remain standing. Dr. Niels Romer, Dean of the Harry W. Bass Jr. School of Arts, Humanities, and Technology. Dr. Robert Stillman, Associate Dean, standing in for Margaret Owen, Interim Dean of Behavioral and Brain Sciences. Dr. Jennifer Holmes, Dean of Economic, Political, and Policy Sciences. Dr. Stephanie Adams, Dean of the Eric Johnson School of Engineering and Computer Science. Dr. Tanya Wissinger, Interim Dean of Interdisciplinary Studies. Dr. Hassan Prakul, Dean of the Naveen Jindal School of Management. Dr. Michael Bewer, Associate Dean, standing in for David Heinemann, Dean of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. And now to introduce our graduate council, Dr. Shiley Warren, Associate Dean, School of Arts, Humanities, and Technology. Edward Loberinas, Program Head, standing in for Dr. Robert Stillman, who's Associate Dean of Behavioral and Brain Sciences. Dr. Doyoon Kim, Associate Dean, School of Economic, Political, and Policy Sciences. Dr. Porus Balsara, Vice Dean of the Eric Johnson School of Engineering and Computer Science. Dr. Pankaj Chowdhury, Associate Dean, School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. We also have Dr. Ravi Prakash, Speaker of the Faculty Senate, and Dr. Jessica Murphy, Dean of Undergraduate Education. And as well, we have Dr. Teresa Towner, who's a professor in the School of Arts, Technology, and Arts, Humanities, and Technology. And Dr. Towner is our orator for this afternoon. So please let's welcome and thank them.
Thank you, Dr. Musselman. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. Porus Balsara, Vice Dean of the Eric Johnson School of Engineering and Computer Science, to introduce the hooding speaker.
Thank you, Dean Gonzalez. It's my pleasure and honor to introduce my esteemed colleague, Dr. Chandra Shekaran, or Chandra as is known at UT Dallas. Chandra received his BTech degree in mechanical engineering from IIT Bombay in 1963 and his PhD from University of California, Berkeley in 1967. He worked at Optimum Systems, Inc. in Palo Alto, California for 2 years before joining Case Western Reserve University in operations research, where he was promoted to associate professor in 1972. From Case, he moved to UT Dallas in 1975 as an associate professor of operations research in what is now the Jindal School of Management. He moved to computer science department in the Johnson School in 1999 and served as interim dean from 2002 to 2003. He retired from UT Dallas after serving for nearly 50 years and is now Ashbel Smith Professor Emeritus. He has held visiting positions at Indian Statistical Institute, Tel Aviv University, and Northwestern University. He has also served in the industry both as a consultant and as a scientist. His honors include the Gurudas Chatterjee Award, the Dr. M.C. Puri Award for Lifetime Achievement in Operational Research Society of India, and he's also the fellow of the same society. He has also been a Polycarp Kush lecturer at UT Dallas. His areas of specialization include optimization, graph algorithms, combinatorics, scheduling, game theory, and computational geometry. And he's quite known for all these areas internationally. So, he has interacted with more than 100 PhD students, over half of whom he has supervised. He has also mentored several faculty members, including me, in research as well as other academic matters. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Chandra to the podium.
I normally don't speak to such large audiences. Thank you, Provost. Thank you, Juan. President Benz, Provost Musselman, Speaker Prakash, and all the faculty assembled here on the stage. Let me begin by saying congratulations to all doctoral candidates, their families, their supervisors. I'm overjoyed that our PhD students are doing so well. This was the primary reason why I joined UTD nearly 50 years back. I've been asked to speak about my own path to PhD, path since PhD, but prior to coming to UT Dallas, and experiences at UTD with a view to learn from my mistakes as well as lucky breaks that I got. I will try to do this in as short a time as I can. I will share some memories. I try to be factually correct, but you should always discount anything that you consider an exaggeration. Hopefully, there are lessons to be drawn from these. They may be different for different people. So let me begin prior to coming to the US. So in 1963, just after graduating from IIT Bombay, I was looking to join a graduate program in US. I did not know about the quality of US universities. We didn't have any internet, with a very few exceptions. In particular, I did not know much about UC Berkeley. What happened was there was a student who was a senior to me at IIT Bombay who had joined UC Berkeley, and he wrote saying, if you have a decent performance record, you will be given tuition waiver if you join Berkeley. This is what brought me to UC Berkeley. When I came to UC Berkeley, incidentally, I did not work in India. Right after graduation, I came to UC Berkeley. When I came here, there were students from IIT Bombay at UC Berkeley who were senior to me, and they told me, whatever you do, do not choose operations research. So I asked them why, and I was told that it is too mathematical. while most people don't like mathematics, I particularly enjoy mathematics. So when they said, don't pursue OR because it is mathematical, I decided I should choose OR. That is how I ended up doing operations research. Now I want to tell you a little bit about the requirements for PhD at the University of California at that time. Dr. Benson might say they were different at his time, I don't know. So what you had to do was not only the courses in OR, but 2 minor areas, each of which had 3 courses, 2 languages for the purpose of translation, an 8-hour written examination, qualifying examination, followed by an oral examination on a paper that was given to you just 30 days before. And you were examined in all of these and the minor areas. All of this was followed by a selection of a topic and for doing research and a supervisor. And then this research needed to be approved by a supervising committee consisting of 3 professors, one of whom had to be outside your school. In my case, after all this, and after I started working on the PhD research, my supervising professor informed the school and me that he was leaving University of California to join Stanford. There was no one in this department who could do justice to the area that I selected, except the one who was leaving. So I had to go back, and a problem that I had formulated in the very first summer as an RA was still open. So I went back to solve that problem for my PhD, thinking that I will switch back to my original thesis topic after graduating, which I did. So after PhD, I tried to join universities. My first attempt at joining universities when I finished PhD did not bear fruit. I ended up joining what today is known as a startup, founded by 4 NFL teams, including the Dallas Cowboys. This firm had an office right near Stanford University. So my first question before joining was, can I have some time free for me to go and talk with the professors at Stanford? I was told that this would imply a reduction in salary. I said, fine, I will accept that, so that I could do some research as well while talking to the university. And remember, the professor who left UC Berkeley had joined Stanford, so I could pursue back my original research topic. And while I was there at this company, I not only did the work for the company, but I was able to publish including something arising from football, which has now become something big. Okay? So this was 2-year experience for me in an industry, and I've never worked in an industry prior to that point. After 2 years working in that company, I started teaching at Case. I joined Case in August of '69. During my first year at Case, I taught 8 courses with no repetition in the topic. I hope the provost doesn't use this as an argument for doing the same here. Several of these courses were aimed at PhD students. Nobody else in the department wanted to teach them. I'm telling you all this for 2 reasons. One, first, there should be a special topics courses aimed at PhD students before they embark on their PhD research. Second, it's a very good experience, although you may not think at that time, to teach a wide range of courses in your early career, because this helps you to get a good number of PhD students to work with and makes you quite versatile. So you can go from one topic to another. I believe this is the main reason why I had so many PhD students while at Case, and which in turn led to my coming to UTD for a faculty position. Now, I want to say something about UTD experience that I've had here. After about 5 years of working at Case, the private institution had a lot of financial difficulties. I felt I should move to a state university. Now, in my entire life, that was the only private university that I have been in. A former student of mine who has taught here at UTD and is now an emeritus professor, Dr. Klaus Trumper, he had accepted a position at UTD just then, year before. He suggested that I should consider moving to UT Dallas. It's a brand new campus where I could contribute to building from ground up. Particularly, UTD was interested in building a PhD program in management science, and my background would be useful. I had supervised about 17 PhDs in 6 years at Case. At that time, UTD did not have either the School of Management or the School of Engineering in place. CS was computer science was part of mathematical sciences, which included statistics as well. So when I joined here, we needed to recruit PhD students. We actually used to go to the airport to pick them up, as well as faculty for the new School of Management. We used to attend national and international meetings for the purposes of finding good new faculty in our areas. But Dr. Lutz, who later became the first dean of School of Management, and then later graduate dean, he wanted all of us faculty to actively participate in building the entire school. So we were busy not only teaching, but also school building. We used to attend faculty interviews for candidates, roughly 50 per year. So we were busy doing this. UTD was unknown, and our students had to compete with students from well-known universities, well-recognized universities, for faculty position. So we were probably very, very tough. And we lost some students who transferred to places such as UT Austin, Purdue, University of Pennsylvania, and so on. But we also had students who were placed at places like NYU, Georgia Tech, Northwestern, and Stanford. I am talking about in the 80s. School of Management and ECS were established soon, and they grew to become the two largest schools at the university. When I joined, NS&M was the largest school. I have spent roughly equal time in the two schools, management and engineering. When I came here to UTD, I thought I'll spend 3 years here and go back to India. Life is very unpredictable. I have now stayed at UTD nearly 50 years, and in the US, nearly 60 years. A little bit about my ideas about teaching and research. Now, this is the kind of thing one in this kind of position is supposed to tell students. Please don't take it that way. I'm only telling you my experiences. Research to me means attempting to understand a problem or an area in a deep manner. All else is secondary. And by else, I mean the number of papers, the awards that you get, all those are secondary to me. Without such a deep understanding, one should not attempt to teach, in my opinion. What we can do, when we are beginning especially, is co-explore along with our students. Don't teach, but join them and explore. I've always thought of myself as a student, I still do, and said as such in many classes. Studying the work of others who are very good and trying to teach is the best way to learn new material. Now here comes something that is a little tough to teach, asking good quality questions. What you can do is to watch those who do and learn from that. That's the only thing that you can do. This is not something that is taught that easily. while doing research, this is another point that I want to make, we need to be true to the problem and need to develop our skill sets to suit the problem, not the other way around, to fit the problem to our current skills. This means you have to constantly keep on learning. I hope I'm still doing that. Teaching and research are inseparable for me. There is no distinction in my mind between pure and applied research. Now, before I end this talk, I want to talk about an incident that happened to me at University of California with a very well-known professor. He is no more, Professor George Dancy. This professor had, in his student days, solved something that he thought was a homework problem, but in reality, it was an unsolved problem. This in turn led to his getting PhD at the University of California based on that solution to the homework. So what he used to do is he would mix, along with homework assignments, unsolved problems with very little indication of what is the homework problem, what is the unsolved problem. So students did not fear attempting this. Now, one time, it turned out that I had solved such a problem that he had given, with thinking that it is a homework assignment. So I went to him and he said, come and present this to the class tomorrow, in the next class. Now I want to tell you, I am a 22-year-old guy at that time, very nervous. So I went to the stage and rattled the solution in a rapid fire. And I used to speak very, very rapidly at that time, as many Indians do. He slowly got up from his seat and said, for those of you who are not from India, let me tell you what he just said. I learned to speak slowly. So I too have mixed in my classes unsolved problems with homework assignments without clearly indicating which is which. The reason is students are always afraid if it's an unsolved problem, whereas if it's a homework problem, they think they can solve it, and they do. And many of them have solved long-standing such open problems in my classes. And they are now successful both in academia as well as industry. Let me end with congratulations to all of you on this joyous occasion, with a request to help UTD in as many ways as you can. UTD will always support you in your efforts to be successful. You are the reason why we are here. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Chandra, for that wonderful speech. It is now my pleasure to invite Dr. Towner to the podium. Dr. Towner, our orator for today's ceremonies, will ask the Graduate Council representative from each school to come forward and introduce their doctoral candidates and hooding professors, after a few words about the history of regalia.
Before we begin the hooding ceremony, I'd like to tell you something about the regalia you're going to wear for the rest of your academic career. Doctoral robes have 3 velvet stripes on each sleeve and often feature the colors of the universities in which they were earned. The hood you will receive today has its origins in medieval Europe, when it was adopted for use by monks, clergy, and university students, all of whom used it not only as a covering for the head and shoulders, but also to hold alms and money. By the 15th century, it had come to be seen as a symbol of graduation and taken on distinctive colors and materials. The modern doctoral hood is about 4 feet long with 5-inch velvet edging, which at this university is dark blue to signify the Doctor of Philosophy degree, or golden yellow for the Doctor of Science. The hood you will shortly be wearing is lined with the university's colors of orange, green, and white. These were chosen by the university's first president and his assistant in 1971. The conferral of this hood will distinguish you, among other scholars, as a University of Texas at Dallas graduate. I now invite Dr. Romer, Dean of the Harry W. Bass Jr. School of Arts, Humanities, and Technology, to come forward and assist the Provost, and Dr. Warren, Associate Dean, to call each candidate.
Will Colin Earl Fields, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in History of Ideas, please come forward. Dr. Fields will be hooded by Dr. Wickberg. Will David Bruce Howard, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in History of Ideas, please come forward. Dr. Howard will be hooded by Dr. Schlerath. Will Yusuf Al-Hamoudi, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Literature, please come forward. Dr. Al-Hamoudi will be hooded by Dr. Towner. Will Gavin Lynn Cox, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Literature, please come forward. Dr. Cox will be hooded by Dr. Towner. Will Jennifer Louise Crumley, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Literature, please come forward. Dr. Crumley will be hooded by Dr. Smith. Will Abdulaziz Al-Muthaibiri please come forward? Certified candidate for the degree of Doctor in Philosophy and Literature. Dr. Al-Muthaibiri will be hooded by Dr. Greer. Will Becca Rianne Goodwin, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Literature, please come forward. Dr. Goodwin will be hooded by Dr. Greer. Will Shintina Chen, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Arts, Technology, and Emerging Communication, please come forward. Dr. Chen will be hooded by Drs. Molina and Gu. Will Anna Kristen Fritzl, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Visual and Performing Arts, please come forward. Dr. Fritzl will be hooded by Dr. Wallagore.
I now invite Dr. Stillman, Associate Dean, standing in for Dr. Owen, Dean of Behavioral and Brain Sciences, to come forward and assist the Provost. Will Andy Lee Zhang, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Speech, Language, and Hearing Sciences, please come forward? Dr. Zhang will be hooded by Dr. Loberinas. I now invite Dr. Loberinas, program head, to the podium to call the rest of the candidates.
Will Juliet Mukiri Mwagiri, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Cognition and Neuroscience, please come forward? Dr. Morigi will be hooded by Dr. Price. Will Hajira Elai, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Cognition and Neuroscience, please step forward. Dr. Elai will be hooded by Dr. Price. Will Desiree Knock, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Psychological Sciences, please come forward? Dr. Knock will be hooded by Dr. Ackerman. Will Candice Nicole Patasapu, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Psychological Sciences, please come forward? Dr. Patasapu will be hooded by Dr. Golden.
I now invite Dr. Holmes, Dean of the School of Economic, Political, and Policy Sciences, to come forward and assist the Provost. Will David Saucedo de la Fuente, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Policy and Political Economy, please come forward? Dr. Saucedo de la Fuente will be hooded by Dr. Kim. I now invite Dr. Kim, Associate Dean, to the podium to call the next candidate.
Will Lauren Loylis, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Public Affairs, please come forward? Dr. Loylis will be hooded by Dr. Sabral.
I now invite Dr. Adams, Dean of the Eric Johnson School of Engineering and Computer Science, to come forward and assist the Provost, and Dr. Balsara, Vice Dean, to call each candidate.
Will Antra Ganguly, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Ganguly will be hooded by Dr. Prasad. Will Dominic Nicole James, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. James will be hooded by Dr. Searcy. Will Ryan Margolis, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Margolis will be hooded by Dr. Searcy. Congratulations, Ryan. Will Taek Kang, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Kang will be hooded by Dr. Blairis. Will Pedro Emmanuel Rocha Flores, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biomedical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Rocha Flores will be hooded by Dr. White. Will Ankit Rajan Parikh, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Parikh will be hooded by Dr. White. Will Ning Bian, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Bian will be hooded by Dr. Lu. Will Yingjian Liu, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Liu will be hooded by Dr. Chan. Will Fu Kwong Nguyen, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Nguyen will be hooded by Dr. Ryu. Will Karthik Ganapathy, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Ganapathy will be hooded by Dr. Keln. Will Sleiman Safai, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Safavi will be hooded by Dr. Keln. Will Merve Apalik, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Apalik will be hooded by Dr. Kia Saleh and her father, Dr. Apalik. Will Sharif Muhammad Salahuddin Halwa, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Halwa will be hooded by Dr. Al Dahir. Will Muhammad Imran Hossain Buyan, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Hossain Buyan will be hooded by Dr. Gonzalez. Will Aditya Nitin Jogalikar, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Jogalikar will be hooded by Dr. Henderson. Will Nishan Virshabados, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Virshabados will be hooded by Dr. Henderson. Will Vibhav Kumarswamy Salimat, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Salimat will be hooded by Dr. Seachin. Vir Nursadul Mamoon, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Mamoon will be hooded by Dr. Hansen. Will Alec Maxwell Steele, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Steele will be hooded by Dr. Noorani. Will Bhaskar Raj Upadhyay, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Upadhyay will be hooded by Dr. Torlak. Will Shanmuga Priya Ramanathan, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electrical Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Ramanathan will be hooded by Dr. Fumagali. Will Behzad Mirkhanzadeh, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Telecommunications Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Mirkhanzadeh will be hooded by Dr. Fumagali. Will Erhan Tiryaki, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Telecommunications Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Tiryaki will be hooded by Dr. Tamil. Will Sultan Mohammed Al-Sara, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Software Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Al-Sara will be hooded by Dr. Gonzalez. Will Ayush Arunachalam, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Arunachalam will be hooded by Dr. Basu. Will Xingyu Meng, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Meng will be hooded by Dr. Basu. Will Yu Yang Chung, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward. Dr. Chung will be hooded by Dr. Prabhakaran. Will Sagnik Dakshit, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward. Dr. Dakshit will be hooded by Dr. Prabhakaran. Will Hai Liang Dong, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward. Dr. Dong will be hooded by Dr. Ruozi. Will Mustafa Safa Ozdai, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward. Dr. Ozdai will be hooded by Dr. Gonzalez. Will Zachary Patterson, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward. Dr. Patterson will be hooded by Dr. Wei. Will Zhu Shang Wu, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward. Dr. Wu will be hooded by Dr. Zhu. Will Mahmoud Zamani, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, please come forward. Dr. Zamani will be hooded by Dr. Hamlin. Will Saurabh Jha, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Jha will be hooded by Dr. Slinker. Will Seong Yeol Kim, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, please come forward. Dr. Kim will be hooded by Dr. Fischetti. Will Zishan Shamsi, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Material Science and Engineering, will please come forward. Dr. Shamsi will be hooded by Dr. Quevedo Lopez. Congratulations, graduates.
I now invite Dr. Prakul, Dean of the Naveen Jindal School of Management, to come forward and assist the Provost. Will Milad Amargan, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Management Science, please come forward. Dr. Amargan will be hooded by Dr. Shakanildriam. I now invite Dr. Bewer, Associate Dean, standing in for Dr. Heinemann, Dean of the School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, to come forward and assist the Provost, and Dr. Chowdhury, Associate Dean, to call each candidate.
Will J.O. Amurao Hernandez, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, please come forward. Dr. Hernandez will be hooded by Dr. Meloni. Will Riza Lynn Villones, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, please come forward. Dr. Villones will be hooded by Dr. Meloni. Vilkara J. Cassis, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, please come forward. Dr. Cassis will be hooded by Dr. An. Will Jenica Lumata, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, please come forward. Dr. Lumata will be hooded by Dr. Gasson Smith and Dr. Lumata, who also happens to be her brother. Will Kira Riley Mills, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, please come forward. Dr. Mills will be hooded by Dr. Turabi Fad. Will Katayu Morabaki, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, please come forward. Dr. Morabaki will be hooded by Dr. Darcy. Will Ashil Kiwana Remy, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, please come forward. Dr. Remy will be hooded by Dr. Smaldon. Will Marco Michel Ippolito, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Geosciences, please come forward. Dr. Ippolito will be hooded by Dr. Lumley. Will Kai Xiong, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Geosciences, please come forward. Dr. Xiong will be hooded by Dr. Lumley. Will Chintak Murli, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, please come forward. Dr. Murli will be hooded by Dr. Lumley. Will Ashen Fernando, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, please come forward. Dr. Fernando will be hooded by Dr. Leary. Yes, thanks. Will Shadin Hussain, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, please come forward. Dr. Hussain will be hooded by Dr. Geckner. Will Pawan Koirala, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, please come forward. Dr. Koirala will be hooded by Dr. Geckner. Will Ying Chen, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Statistics, please come forward. Dr. Chen will be hooded by Dr. Tang. Will Faisal Ahmad, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics, please come forward. Dr. Ahmad will be hooded by Dr. Akbar. Will Adnin Ashrafi, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular and Cell Biology, please come forward. Dr. Ashrafi will be hooded by Dr. Zhang. Will Aishwarya Krishnan Mohan, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular and Cell Biology, please come forward? Dr. Krishnan Mohan will be hooded by Dr. Morkos. Will Simbarashe Mazambani, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular and Cell Biology, please come forward? Dr. Mazambani will be hooded by Dr. Kim. Will Wei Cheng Peng, certified candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Molecular and Cell Biology, please come forward? Dr. Peng will be hooded by Dr. Dodani.
Well, graduates, it feels a lot better to wear that hood than to carry it up here, doesn't it? I know it makes it seem real, finally, at last. So now that you've got your mind on the important thing, which is that you have indeed finished your degree, please stand together, turn around and face the people who got you here, wherever they are, and give them a really well-deserved round of applause. And now, on behalf of the faculty at the University of Texas at Dallas, it is my great joy, privilege, and honor to welcome you into the community of scholars.
This is always a fun event, so we will appreciate that. As we conclude this joyous occasion, I repeat my heartfelt congratulations to our newest doctoral recipients in this highly significant achievement. One of the greatest rewards as a graduate dean is awarding new doctorates with their colorful hoods. You earned the privilege to wear the hood and academic regalia at all future academic occasions, and in doing so will represent UT Dallas with distinction. I try to wear it every once in a while around home to get some respect. It doesn't work. You are now a permanent part of UT Dallas. Stay in touch and continue sharing your talents and accomplishments so we can continue to rejoice with you and your future successes. Speaking of rejoicing, it is wonderful that your family and friends are here for this doctoral hooding ceremony. Your accomplishments today is truly a joint effort, and you could not have succeeded without their encouragement and sacrifices in supporting your success. As we express appreciation, I must finish by expressing mine to those who brought this ceremony together, including the stage party, staff members from my office, and most especially a special events coordinator, Lila Fortran, and our wonderful graduate readers, Stephanie Akers, Bradley Samore, Allison Napoknik, and Elizabeth Miller, who read and assisted with the formatting of each one of your dissertations, some of them multiple times. I ask that the audience remain seated as first the stage party and then the newly minted doctorates and their supervisors process out. The audience can then join them to continue the celebration in the lobby for a small reception and a welcome to the alumni community. Again, my wholehearted congratulations to each and every one of you.